In this session, we can see how we can configure transaction splitting. Transactions coming to my application stack is grouped into a single category in AppDynamics now. But I'm going to show you how you can split the transactions and monitor each and every API request separately. To do that, go to Configuration, Instrumentation, Transaction Detection, open the custom POJO rule you have created, go to Rule Configuration. So what it is doing, it is listening uh, to the Synapse message receiver receive class. So that is the entry point. So transaction splitting means we can inspect the payload that is passed to this receive method to get something like a unique ID for each type of transaction, and based on that we can split the transaction. So for my use case, I'm going to track the each and every API request separately, right? For that, if I can get the address to which the client is sending the API request, then I can split based on that. So the receive method has a parameter called message context, right? And message context has a getter chain to get the address to which the client is sending request to, right? So the parameter index is 0 because there's only one parameter and that is 0. The, the getter chain to get the address is get options get to get address. Now this getter chain is exposed by this object, right? Similarly, there can be some other getter chains to get the message ID, for example, right? But I'm going to split my transaction based on the address to which the client is sending request, right? Also, if you are doing a change to uh, a rule, you can see the changes in live. So that means now I'm continuously sending the request, right? So I should be able to see the changes now, how the transactions will be identified with this new change. Okay, you can see now each and every API request is identified as separately, right? Earlier, both are categorized into the WSO2 category. Now you can see there are two transactions, right? So let's go ahead and serve this and come to this business transactions. Now, after some times, you will be able to see there are two separate transactions tracked by AppDynamics. I'm going to increase my load. Now I can see I'm able to track every request separately as opposed to tracking everything into a single category earlier. This transaction still appears in the dashboard because within last 5 minutes this was there. After some times these transactions will disappear and you will only see two types of transactions. So we are basically tracking the transactions in request level. But now my use case is I want to track the transactions in API level because there will be too many. I mean, if we change this ID to 04 now, you will see another transactions here because that is a unique address. Right? So I don't want to do that. I want to see only. I want to group all the employee request as a one single transaction, and I want another API request to be another transaction. So let's see how to do that. Go to configuration, instrumentation, open your rule. You can do some uh, string manipulation, right? So I'm going to split the string. So I'm going to split the request URL, right? So you had to escape that, and then on that I'm going to take the first two elements, or maybe yeah, first two elements to uniquely identify a request. So that will actually the resource remove the resource from the transaction naming. Let's preview it and then you will understand what I'm talking about. Now you will see the transaction is uniquely named as wso.employee. The resource part is removed, right? Such as get or all that resource part is removed. Now I'm tracking the transactions in API level. So let's go ahead and serve this. And here, okay, you saw that WSO2, the earlier transaction, is disappeared now. Now there are two transactions. After some time, you will see these two transactions will be grouped into one single category. I have also logged into the developer portal and invoked the calculator API from the API console. Now I'm seeing like I'm tracking transactions in API level. So when you log into developer portal, the developer portal will invoke these three admin service from the key manager as well. So we are tracking that as well now.